Hello everybody, welcome to this party gang of streamers. Today we will do a show match between this guy, is Stein6, and this guy is SabrePulse, also known as Jan the Man.
The man.
And well, basically, normally I stream for myself, and now I wanted to do a battle with some colleagues and have some fun playing on equal levels. Both of them created 4 decks, and I will soon show them, and they will battle it out to see which one is worthy to become a Stormbound champion, right?
Yeah. August 28th.
August 28th.
Stormbound champion.
Nice. Well, shall we go through the deck list or more introduction? Fine.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, take it away.
Take it away. All right. Well, I prepared the deck list. It's a bit chaotic, but on the 4 left side, those are Stein's decks, and the 4 on the right side are SabrePulse's decks. And there are plenty. They both made like for each kingdom once, and there was a limit to 2 unique legendary across all decks per deck. And well, the levels don't really matter because they will play on equal levels.
This is my deck.
Is it your deck?
These, I think so. Ari made the same deck. I think these 3 decks are my decks.
Alright.
Yeah.
Then I will do some magic.
We didn't coincidentally make the same deck. We looked at my deck list like, whoa, that's actually pretty good.
Yes.
Oh, good choice of cards there.
It is a high value production, guys.
Yes.
Right here.
Oh,
Look at that.
some ordering problems there.
Right here we got some really nice stuff going on.
Yeah, but I think the Swarm deck is actually Jan's deck.
What?
Wait.
Yeah.
Yeah, this.
But it's the same deck.
No, I didn't have the pillars.
Yeah,
oh, you
it's
have
the
the
same
same.
deck.
You have the same deck twice.
It's
like the same deck.
yes, it's a Jan deck.
Yeah.
Yeah, see, that's why it's good to go over these kind of things.
Yeah, maybe do it like before we start.
But otherwise it will be awkward, right? Because we don't know what to say.
But the legendary restrictions,
Yeah, the legendary.
it basically means like any kind of neutral legendary can only be in one of the 4 decks.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
So otherwise we will only see maybe like
Ubas.
Collector Mirrors, Ubas,
Exactly.
and we want to see a bit differentiations within the decks. Well,
For me, it opened up some experimentation as well.
yeah, definitely.
I would say we both get ready and they can talk about.
Yep.
Sure, yeah. I'll
Get
do,
your
I'll do
devices.
the push-ups and sit-ups and get myself pumped up.
Yeah, adrenaline flowing
Yeah.
into your body,
Be
right?
back in about 30 minutes.
Nice.
Just a 5-kilometer
Yeah.
jog as well.
Nice. And
Not flowing.
prepare your devices. And once you are in game, we will join. In the meanwhile, we will just go over the decks
Sure.
and talk a bit about it.
Yeah. Do we have free choice of which deck we start with?
Yeah, then we can start with it right now. I was thinking about a banning system. So basically, these are the decks.
I don't want to ban his fun decks.
No? We can go for the maybe for
Just
some volunteers, just banning it, or you can just ban a kingdom. Like you say, I banned Shadow Fan.
I think we shouldn't, maybe not ban, but we should prevent playing
But it's only for the starter deck, right?
the same kingdoms.
Oh yeah, I think that makes sense.
Yeah, because you only force your opponent in using one of the decks.
I always hate playing against Swarm, so I guess I'll ban the Swarm.
Okay, so no Swarm.
No preserve for me, so it's between no winter pack for me.
Basically,
You're scared of my winter pack deck?
It's
Nice.
too chill.
boom.
Oh.
Alright,
Nice.
you can ban another one.
Are we already friends, by the way?
Yes.
I guess not.
Yeah, you already
We friends after tonight.
Or in
not
each other's
anymore.
friend list, let me
Yeah.
put it like that.
friends are made, right? That's what Stormbound does. It joins people together.
We'll ban another one?
Yeah, Jan needs to ban another one, and then you can ban 2.
Don't look at the deck list too long.
No swarm for you then.
Alright. Stein's Swarm, or Stein6 Swarm.
Then I'll
Gets
ban. Oh, let's see. So I can play Iron.
You can ban 2 now.
Or okay, then I would. So I'm playing a lot of minions. Then I ban. I'm playing a lot of minions.
He seems intimidated by my deck list.
Yeah, definitely. He's like
Yeah, I don't want to keep the Ironclad open because you. I don't want to keep the Ironclad open because you got a lot of bombers. I don't want to keep the.
So Ironclad is banned?
No, on their side.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, I don't want to ban the Winter Pack because it has too much control, and I don't want to ban the Poison because it's basically the same. So I think I'll reopen Swarm. No, I'll leave.
No, denied.
I'll leave the Poison guys open.
Alright, Winter is banned. Alright.
Yeah, I'm gonna destroy your Ubas. He may come first.
Is it? Are we going to play Swamp against Swamp?
No,
Yes.
I'm gonna play against your.
Oh, nice.
Ironclad. Alright.
Sweet. Let's do it.
So these are the decks.
But Ironclad is already my favorite. I always played Ironclad.
So if you lose now, then you are gone.
Yeah.
For the tournament, right? It's like rage quit.
This is gonna be painful.
We play favorite deck against favorite deck, so.
Favorite kingdom, not deck.
Alright. Oh, let's have a talk about the decks, what they have up to. Well, we see.
I don't think the Ironclad one is very building heavy.
No, it's only Mech Workshop, right?
Yeah, and the one specific the iconic Ironclad.
Yeah.
building.
Moody has also a lot of constructs, so you could have chosen for an upgrade point with Mia in combination. But
That's
like,
also not the case.
yeah, I really miss Mia because I think Mia is really good on all levels, especially if the structures are really strong.
Yeah, it's just a matter of like really trying to make a deck work like that.
Yeah. Now you need to be a bit more lucky. And for SabrePulse Shadowfen deck was way more expensive. Also a bit more late game cards. Like where Stein's deck ends at 5 mana cost. Like SabrePulse added 5 additional cards that cost even more than Stein's most expensive card.
But do you think they will carry this into late game, or do you think this will be over in 5 turns?
Yeah, I'm not sure because I don't really play a lot of level 1 decks.
Yeah,
but I think
not very the possibility.
but the
anymore.
pace is much slower on level 1.
Yeah,
So in my experience, the times I did level 1 battles, it goes easily into 10 mana turns. And then especially if you have Call for 8 or even Curse of Strings. Yeah, Curse of Strings isn't maybe the best card. But Call for 8, Kindred's Grace, that can be like a real sick combination to just carry you in the late game and
yeah,
stomp your opponent. But he has to survive.
yeah. I don't think Curse of Strings is a very strong card here because most of these cards, the Ironclad ones, they do their thing when they're played. So after they're played, they're not as useful anymore to take over.
Yeah.
In that sense, I think the Archdruid is still very viable.
Yeah,
Because
definitely.
she can also do Curse of Strings.
Yeah, definitely. And even if it goes on to a minion with only 3-4 strength, it still flips 4 damage and gets you 4 strength.
Yeah, it gets more value
Yeah.
basically.
So that's really good. Alright. So these are the decks for now. I will prepare this screen as well. Stein was playing with his Ironclad deck, so this isn't the correct order. Stein Iron. And Jan plays with his Shadowfen, or SabrePulse I need to say. His actual name is Jan. Alright, Well, now we're just waiting for them to say they are ready.
To challenge each other.
Alright, are you ready, guys? Alright, so let's go into the match. The first match of this awesome show match. It's getting on. Any people in the chat having any questions so far? Someone asked if Stein6 and SabrePulse are also developers. Yeah, they both work at Paladin Studios. Someone else is asking what's happening. Well, we're playing a show match, and the match already has been started. On the top right, on the top left, we have Stein. On the bottom right, we have SabrePulse. And the top deck that you see the cards in hand, those are from Stein himself. So what we can basically see, they're just recycling the early cards to have something on play. And just
they're both going for the early death rattles, of course.
Yep. It's really good.
Basically to retain their position on the field. Whenever they die, they even can get more territory, potentially.
Yep. And it might be really important for SabrePulse to get a lot of aggression on your opponent's baseline, because you want basically Stein to defend long enough, so you have a lot of mana to get in the late game.
Indeed. Also because Shadowfen is really lacking those strong 2 movement cards.
Yeah, definitely.
You'll really want to like spawn something on their baseline.
Yep. Even if you can get some early damage on, will be nice. Alright. What's he thinking about? It's 5 mana.
Oof.
That hurts.
He's not in the advantage right now.
You never want to use Amber Heights without any potion, because then basically what Amber Heights does, it drains a unit who is potioned, and that it gets added to its own strength. And without it, then you don't get a lot of value out of it. SabrePulse is taunting his opponent a bit with emotes. Bad manner incorporated. Interesting to see that Stein recycled his Destructor bots. Could have been a good card.
Yeah, especially if well, it would kill one of his units.
Yeah, that's true.
And he has.
Yeah, it's only 1 strength.
1 strength, yeah.
And he still has the whole curve to fill up his mana. And the Potion of Growth, well, becomes a bit more aggressive on SabrePulse baseline. And you can see that his high mana curve with Call for 8 and Archdruid Aaron is a real pain in the ass at the moment.
Yep. And his Blood Ministers isn't strong enough to take over that one unit.
Just 1 strength.
Oh.
You can only convert 3 strength or lower.
Yeah.
So he needs to take this 4.
That's painful.
Yep.
That's almost half of his base health already.
Yeah, and it's just starting, and he has also his Ubas, so he can chip.
I don't hope so.
Lucky for SabrePulse is that Elof cannot be used at the moment, because there's like a 1 strength guy in front of his Blood Ministers who's preventing the on play effect that deals 3 damage.
And now not anymore.
Nope.
Oh.
Oh, that's a really good play. But
this is painful.
Yeah, but the swing will be on now.
Yeah, it's definitely going to happen. I mean, he can just do this. Yep.
Yes. And spawns 3 guys for Call for 8.
It's a very good move.
Basically, the best move he could have wanted. And now it needs to be really, really aggressive. Most likely he will play. Oh, he has 7 mana. So I will think he will go for Ubas on his baseline to pressure him quite a lot.
Yeah. I do see potential though. I mean, if the the Copperskin Rangers, it poisons one unit, randomly. It could potentially poison Elof, and he wouldn't need to take care of him anymore.
True.
And not take any base damage.
Yeah, that would be really nice. Elof has only 1 strength left.
And he is playing Ubas.
Yes. Alright.
Painful.
This is a really scary move if it kills.
Oh, it didn't. Oh.
But still, is this a good move? Because he can destroy Elof. So he's still missing 1 damage.
Yeah, that's true.
I think it would have. Yeah, it's... Oh! This SabrePulse guy, he's mulligans right into the card. I think he wants.
It could be. There's multiple options here.
True.
I mean, he can spend all his mana at once, but he can also... I think it's a more aggressive play to use the other cards in his hand.
Yeah. And also get more cards on the board itself as well.
A shit ton of units. I mean, he has a Azure Hatches. Oh, he's going for the Curse of Strings.
It's on the Saber side. That works pretty well. But he's still on edge. Yeah. Does he gonna recycle his mech workshop? Most likely.
I already see what he's going to do. He's definitely going to do the Potion Link Golems combo.
Yeah. Just make a really strong guy
on the front line.
Yeah.
I don't think if he does this play, he'll probably win.
Yeah, or if it doesn't pan out, then he loses. But otherwise, how could he ever come back, right?
Yep. Okay, he's 4 strength.
I think...
You can buff him again.
Yeah, I think Potion of Growth is 1 more strength than Linked Golems.
Yeah. But you're just having 1 unit then.
Also, the North Sea Dog is placed on a good position. Because he gets the... He stays on the enemy's front line.
Yep. The only thing that could save him right now is... well, he didn't mulligan into it. Maybe Amber Hides. Like if Copperskin Rangers could have poisoned that unit, and then he could have drained it with Amber Hides.
I think this is game, right? It's 7 strength.
We'll have to see.
He can only deal 3 damage.
He can play Dubious Hex.
Oh yeah, and the Copperskin.
Yeah, he can play Dubious Hex from the right corner, and then it won't spawn the unit.
Yes. And he can, like, Azure Hatches. And he needs to have 50-50 chance.
Or he can kill that one with, well...
Yeah, but then still at like...
Yeah. And then
it needs to be...
This is...
Oh,
that's too bad.
Never lucky.
Oh.
The 50-50 chance. We hear some sad cries in the other side of the office. Nice. Alright. Stein won with his preferably ironclad deck. So for now, what we are going to do is we can go over to the deck lists again. We can show all the decks and only the...
Oh well. Oh hi guys, how are you?
SabrePulse lost his
Hi.
Shadow
I
Fan.
spaced out.
So
Trying
sad.
to do my daily quest, I don't know.
So sad.
Nice.
You want to do your daily quest?
Yeah, do you do like a post-match interview? Like how are you feeling?
Yeah.
SabrePulse?
How you doing?
It's painful to play Ember High to the poison.
Not dating it.
Yeah.
I think that puts you at a severe disadvantage for the rest of the match, basically.
Yeah.
That disadvantage, that Ember play.
What's your play with the Archdruid Aaron and Call for Aid? It was like, boom, took over total control.
Yeah, but I was already low at life, so... Camera?
Camera? Oh, like that, I mean. Yeah, it makes more sense, right?
Yeah.
Hello!
Here again. So I'm the guy that won.
Yes. That's a beautiful face. That's a beautiful face.
I'm the
the
one
winner.
that's gonna win the rest of the games, right?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
No, I
but
just
I'm keep on playing this deck, by the way.
Yeah. Yeah.
Can be banned or
No, I think.
it can't.
Yeah. What's the best thing? The winner stays.
yeah, the winner stays with the deck, and
Yeah.
Yeah.
But makes it might be not the best thing
Well, let's
because then your strongest deck maybe survive.
let's if I win another, I'll switch.
Yeah. Cool.
you're gonna win another.
Or
And then you can. And
you
then
also have the conquest match, right? That you have to win with at least 3 of your decks.
if I win another, you can choose which other deck I'll play. That makes sense, right?
There's so many ways to do this.
Hey.
We've thought about it beforehand, and now we're just doing Cowboys and Indians with the rules.
Hey, that's Ricky Lau in chat, by the way. That's the 3D artist of Stormbound.
Hey guys.
Hey!
Hey Laurens.
Hey, Laurens.
I
Hope
blame
you enjoy your game art.
Who made this RNG, by the way?
Let's not talk about that.
He's not in
That's
chat.
He's standing behind you.
Secret guy.
Yeah.
Yeah, wanna jump into the next game?
Yeah.
Sure.
I'm ready.
But for the rules,
I'll play with the next the same deck, and if I win, he can choose whatever. Which.
or we just play like. I like the conquest, where the winner wins with one of his decks, needs to win with at least 3 of his decks. So you choose a new deck,
Sure.
and then SabrePulse can react to it with one of his decks.
Sure.
Then the winner doesn't have an advantage
Cool.
of like winning with 4 games with 1 deck or something.
Nice. I really wanted to play my Shadowfan deck. I think that's going to be pretty fun.
I agree. So
Let's see what he will choose to be.
It's really easy. I play with my Ironclad.
Okay, so it's the
It's
reverse mirror. match.
Basically, you can choose between all your decks at the moment.
I know.
Cool.
He
I'll
knows, but he's sure of what he does.
Yeah.
cool. Let's do this.
Some ass whooping.
Yeah.
Nice.
Alright, let's
Sure.
set them up, and when they're ready, then we go into match number 2.
Start straight away.
Yeah, it's fine. Alright. Yeah, we can just open it already. So basically, Stein's Ironclad deck is done for at the moment. Cannot play with it anymore. And he is now playing with his Shadowfan. So let's put that one up. And SabrePulse is going to use his Ironclad. It's interesting to see if they have completely different decks. Well, what do you think of the Ironclad deck from SabrePulse?
Hey, I see something good here.
The Mia.
At least he uses me.
Yeah.
Exactly.
With Siege Assembly and Shot Post.
And not the stupid workshop.
Yeah. Yeah, the workshop might be really good, but then you should be winning to win more. Or you should be really aggressive and have make workshop as late game victory condition.
But in this case, there are multiple buildings inside of the deck, and this is very good against Shadowfan, because Shadowfan effects are mostly against units.
Yep. Yeah, Toxic Sacrifice has been played, Crimson Sentry, Blood Ministers. Well, that's quite a lot, right? And Copper Skin Rangers, Broad Sage.
Yeah,
This whole deck.
Actually, none of his cards
Yeah.
work against buildings.
Yeah, it basically is almost free reign. But that makes sense why SabrePulse chose this deck to confront his Shadowfan. So let's see if they're ready. Are you ready, guys? Yes. Alright, go!
But this really depends on the early game, I think.
Yeah. Alright, what are in their hands? SabrePulse may start. Oh, he has a really heavy hand already.
Yeah, very expensive hand.
Now he's forced to play Mia, and I don't think Mia has a lot of strength on level 1.
I think it's fine though.
It's 2. It's fine, right? And he has Chaotic Pupil for his next turn.
Yeah. And that's also his opponent doesn't have the greatest hand either.
Yep. But at least he has more potion and triggers for his Emberhide.
Yeah.
But it's
potentially if it doesn't die already by 2 turns.
Yeah, true. Yeah, basically using Copper Skin Ranger will ensure that Dr. Mia won't survive. And you can still use the Toxic Sacrifice.
That is a good positioning though, because the potential is there for Chaotic Pupils to kill them both if he didn't play them like he did now. Oh, but
what's going on? What will we do?
For me, it would be obvious to play Finite Loopers.
Yeah, the most value, right?
Yeah, it's by far one of the best cards.
I think it's smart to place him in front of the weakest minion to make the Toxic Sacrifice value least.
Mm-hmm.
And maybe you can also play a Elot on the left side to get like 2 out of the 3 unplayed damage.
Get a good power advantage there, yeah. Or Chaotic Pupils and Green Prototypes both fit as well in this next turn.
Yes.
And True Shot Post as well.
Yeah.
He has a lot of options here.
Yeah, he is. Must be pretty happy. If he hasn't enough space, he will just go minion heavy and hope that he can play a True Shot and Green Prototypes in his next turn. And get some, he can even place the Green Prototypes in front of his True Shot post. So it becomes really difficult to clear it off.
Yeah. So there's the Emberhides without poison value.
I think there might be a Elof turn, right?
Yeah.
Might be pretty good.
Well, I see some danger. I don't. Well,
Chaotic People. How much damage does he do on area?
I think on level 1 he does maybe 4 damage, something like that. Oh, this is interesting. Oh,
he's not gonna do it.
He's not
going for the Elot.
He's going for the other turn, which is very good as well.
Yeah, a bit on the safe side.
The only bad thing here is that Stein can go for Blood Ministers and take over his Finite Loopers, which is a good move. Or he has room for spawning a shit ton of Rain of Frogs.
Yeah.
And
yes,
uses her hatchers. So he will cover the entire field with frogs, basically.
Yeah, definitely. And I think he doesn't have Kindred's Grace in his hand yet. So there's a big chance that it will be
on his next turn.
Yeah, if he cycles 1, plays 2, recycles in his next turn another 1, the chances of getting a Kindred's Grace are really high.
Exactly.
But luckily SabrePulse, if he sees it, he can use his Chaotic Pupil to destroy all the tokens. Yeah, this is also a really good play, right?
It is, yeah.
It's basically converting to strength.
Just a bit more, but yeah, I think that's a good move.
Yeah.
And he can play the Green Prototypes. Oh, he should have played it right at the True Shot post, just to have a unit there.
Makes sense.
Just to have somebody. And cycle his cards.
Yeah, it's gonna be tricky right now. Because this True Shot gets value. It will be enough if he just places the whole baseline. Because it will... Oh, he's playing defensively.
It's interesting.
So he basically sets up now for an High Priestess Klaxi. Or he goes for Kindred Grace with his Archdruid Aaron next turn. And hope that it hits Toad.
That would be a painful painful move.
Yeah.
But definitely an option.
But if he plays his Chaotic Pupil right behind Elof, a lot of tokens will be destroyed. Sadly, he doesn't have enough mana yet for his crazy bombers.
In 2 moves. I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
It's not as powerful as I hoped.
Yeah, 2 random hits.
He has Mia.
Nice.
So he's definitely going to get some value out of that.
Yeah, but then again, if Stein puts a minion on the right side of his Siege Assembly or a Ceesharp post, then he won't be enabled to trigger Mia because it's only bordering until level 3.
But he doesn't have any movement minions in his hand right now, so that's pretty safe.
Yeah.
This Aaron Kindred Trace combo. He could also potentially play Toxic Sacrifice. That's why he didn't do it.
He hesitated a bit. Oh, that was really unlucky. Death Rattle of the Finite Loopers that was taken by the Blood Ministers just spawned on top of a token that was also being resurrected by Klaxi. But if there is another unit, it cannot spawn its token because the space is already occupied with another unit. So he got really unlucky there. Still, he has 2 5-strength Ravens.
Yeah, that was very a very powerful move. It's a lot of value gained right there. Yep.
And then he plays Mia again.
And then he can play Mia. Hopefully for him.
This is now he needs to push another minion into the Ceesharp post.
Yeah, he's basically being forced to kill that building.
But still, it's everyone's turn. Nobody is winning at the moment. I think if I look at the hands, it is a bit more troublesome for Stein. He's missing.
He's definitely thinking that, I should kill that building.
Yeah.
But then I can't do my awesome moves with my legendary cards. While he's going for the
This is really tricky. If it hits the Raven on his baseline, it will be pretty okay.
Yeah, that was a good move.
But it was really scary, right? If Toxic Sacrifice was used on his own, Archdruid Aaron, then you would have sacrificed his 7-strength minion to soak up a few units in front of it. Oh, someone minimized the game.
But this is where the game's going to shift, because now SabrePulse finally has control.
Yeah.
And
he goes for the double structure trouble.
Exactly. I find it interesting that he didn't force Stein to play defensively.
Yeah.
Because the potential was there, like to pressure him on the baseline and then wait a turn before placing his buildings.
Yeah, because now he obviously doesn't see Stein's hand. But it is not really aggressive, but now even with his Azure Hedges and Ember Heights, he might be able to destroy the Siege Tower. And that's not the best value you can get, but still, if a Siege Tower doesn't trigger its ability on the next turn, it's a really expensive building.
Yeah, it's
basically
expensive mana.
Yeah, 5 mana for a 3-strength unit. So then Ember Heights is 1 strength stronger. And now he has also 2 1-strength minions that can be aimed for with the True Shot post.
Yeah. I think it's better to get rid of 4th Amarok in this situation.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, he doesn't have any.
To do that, though.
Now he needs to put Elof aggressively.
Still maybe play true shot post behind him. I mean, that's the best value you can get right there.
Yeah.
Oh,
Well, it might be okay.
There. I would have played it in the other corner.
Yeah. A bit spread out.
Oh. This could potentially screw him over. I don't know.
Yeah.
Oh.
Let's see how it goes.
Yeah, he's not using his movement
but
to
still,
kill buildings.
he's so much value right now.
That's extreme.
Yeah.
Oh, well. At least the buildings are giving him a good value there.
But so long the structures live, you can get a lot of value, but the true shot posts just shoot for maximum of 6 damage on the board.
Yeah.
I think you need to play crazy bombers, right? Because that's the best way to utilize all your mana.
Yeah. Is it surrounding?
Yeah.
Oh, that's amazing. Yeah, that's a very good.
I want to say he gets unlucky that Klaxi doesn't get killed, but it also had a lot of strength. So most likely the odds of it being destroyed weren't that high.
Yeah. Oh, I see a good combo here.
I think the
Fort of Amarok, Dr. Mia.
Yeah.
I mean, Dr. Mia can activate Fort of Amarok's ability. The ability is to stand in place.
Just be Fort of Amarok.
It does work.
Yeah. It triggers the nice animation. I think this makes pretty much sense. The Witches of the Wild there.
Yeah, definitely.
Trading some damage, destroying the building. But from this point, what will you do? Like Toxic Sacrifice. You destroy your 2 strength minion to kill 2 strength minions. I would even have thought of Copper Skin and Ember Heights. Oh well.
Now there's nothing on the board anymore.
Well, that's a sad thing for SabrePulse, right? Is Mia cannot get value out of the true shot post because there's nothing to shoot.
He can keep it in his hand though.
Yeah, definitely.
Oh.
Siege Assembly that can ping the opponent's base.
This is very good.
And here you can see that SabrePulse is putting it more defensively instead of on top of it, because it isn't that important anymore.
Well, he can play Mia to activate both of his buildings.
Yeah, it's bordering, right? All bordering.
Yeah. And I think he's going to... Oh.
Maybe I would just go for it, Fort of Amarok.
Yeah. Yes, this is a good move. Boof.
3 damage on the base.
Very high potential.
Yeah, from this point forward, I think...
this is actually the first base damage done in this match.
It's a really long game compared to the previous ones.
Yeah.
Yeah, the sad thing is that Stein can get a lot of value with his Kindred's Grace and Klaxi. But if the structures won't get destroyed, it just doesn't matter much.
Yeah, that just shows how important movement is in this game. It's not just about having that pure strength, it's also about having the movement to push something forward.
Yeah, definitely. And now he will survive another turn.
And even doing more base damage.
Yep. Yeah, what will I use? Elof might be pretty good for the toads on Stein's baseline. Chaotic Pupil can do a lot of base damage.
I think using Windmakers there is better though.
Yeah, you deal 2 damage.
Or you also do some base damage.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Then use the pupils to clear out the other toads.
Yeah, and then just keep your
Oh,
Structure safe, right?
he's actually. Oh, he's going for the kill, of course.
Oh, yeah.
Of course.
Damn.
Oh, you tend to forget that, but
There's so many ways to play, and he just plays to win.
yeah, yeah, but the opportunity was there. Yeah.
Yes. Well, GG for SabrePulse, taking it to a 1-1,
Nice.
getting the win. But now Stein has an advantage because he can react to SabrePulse deck.
So what happened? What happened there?
Yeah, what happened to you? You were like winning the first game and now just losing the second?
I was doing alright, but apparently you can't poison buildings.
Yeah.
No.
I found out that.
Was this also your strategy going forward in this game?
Yeah, of course. I knew that.
Yeah, you're like, yeah, poison this.
Yeah. Well,
Yeah, you both did a lot of like area of effect damage with the bombs and the buildings. So it's
yeah.
and I got the a very unlucky death rattle with that one minion.
Yeah, that would be a game changer, right?
Yeah, that was very painful, and I missed a 5 drop as well, or 4 mana drop.
Yeah.
Because of the timer. Although it wasn't me, it
Not
was
enough.
basically
Not
the
enough
game.
APM.
Yeah. The stress is getting him.
It's
Yeah, it was stress.
League of Legends player, right?
Yeah.
No, I think your deck was very well made.
Thanks.
The buildings and all that, it really caught me off guard.
I think he watches my stream. No, just kidding.
Copied it from someone in Discord.
Yeah.
Asking for text.
Oh, do you remember his name though? I mean, you should give him credit if you remember his name.
What was it?
I know.
Oh, I know this guy.
Yeah.
Oh,
It's like a pretty important figure in
I think
Stormbound
he
scene.
knows this game.
Yeah.
1 or 2 things about it.
Yeah. He knows his stuff.
Building at level 1 are okay, decent, playable.
Yes, that was very strong. I agree with chat.
I find it really interesting that you put Mech Workshop in your Ironclad deck and you put True Shot and Siege Assembly.
Yeah. Have I used the Mech Workshop?
Nope. Yeah, you used it to mini mulligan it.
Yeah, I thought I need a card to mulligan.
Yeah, it is also a solid choice, right? Like, takes away the decision making. But if you have a more aggressive start in the previous game, there was maybe a possibility for you to utilize it.
There's a guy in chat, one Jens van der Water, asking who's Arano.
Arano? No, that's you. So say hi to yourself, Jens.
Yes.
Yeah, and I also agree with the chat that buildings should be nerfed, and they should be able to get poisoned.
Yeah, like an ill building.
Yeah, that sounds like a plan.
Acidic rain.
Oh, cool. So,
Nice. Shall we set up for the next match? Keep the battles going.
So we got Swarm and Winterpack, right?
Yeah.
Yep.
So we do Swarm against Winterpack, and then Winterpack
I still have
against Swarm,
Swarm.
right?
It's your choice, you're the loser.
Alright, so basically, Stein, you won with your
Yeah, I think Ironclad is Swarm.
Ironclad, right?
Yeah.
So both Ironclads are out of the game.
Yeah.
So these are the 3 decks remaining for both SabrePulse and Stein.
Yeah, I think Swarm versus Winterpack and Winterpack versus Swarm could be 2 nice matches in a row.
But you need to choose which one you're going to use, and then Stein can counter pick you.
I really want to play no Winterpack. I'm going to play Winterpack.
No matter what you do.
Sure, let's do it.
Yeah. Cool. So is it Winterpack against Swarm?
You're Winterpack.
I am
Alright.
Winterpack.
Let's set this up.
Yeah, I kind of counted myself against the buildings again.
Let's set this up.
Yes.
Winterpack against Swarm. SabrePulse is going to use some Swarm. I will be right back. Search for my phone.
Maybe it's one of the phones that are one of the 10 phones that are lying here.
Right, I got it.
Nice.
Now I can also see the chat a bit more right here. Yes, you can start the match. That advertisement.
It's to start the match, not the ads.
Yeah. All right, who is starting? Stein is starting hand. Pretty good.
Yeah, all the low mana cards.
Yeah. He can cycle pretty fast through his deck. I like his choice of Temple Guardians and Kindred's Grace. That's gonna be in good use on late game.
His Winter Pack deck is actually very low cost in general.
Yes, definitely.
It's like a rushy winter deck.
Yeah, and then at least he tries to survive until his Temple Guardians and Kindred Race can finish the opponent off.
Yep.
And we basically already have seen SabrePulse Shadowfen deck with his Curse of Strings, Skull for 8 Archdruid combo, and also Kindred's Grace. So both players really like to buff all their unit types.
I think you're mixing something up here because SabrePulse is playing Swarm and not...
Swarm.
Yeah.
Excuse me. I was a bit occupied with finding my phone. There it is.
So good, yeah.
Yeah, that makes sense because I was seeing a lot of satires on the board. What do you think about his choice for Dark Harvest and Pillars of Doom?
Dark Harvest... I've been playing since the launch of the game, and I haven't been playing Swarm since then much. But I do really like Dark Harvest. I think it's an awesome spell.
Yeah. Yeah, I really like the animation. Just for starters.
Just menacing sight.
Yeah, just like crushing everyone around it. And the first time I actually started playing it on my stream, I was just like giggling because I just Dark Harvest my opponent's base.
Oh.
It was like,
yep.
like a chunk of 5 damage, and then 3 turns later another chunk of 5 damage. So that's really strong.
It works like that indeed.
And he has a lot of... Yeah, I would say I will miss the double box. That's really good for Dark Harvest combination.
Yeah, because you cover more ground basically.
Yeah. But otherwise, he also goes a lot with the pirate synergy.
Yeah, yeah. The potential for a good Dark Harvest is gone now, and I think I already anticipate his move, which is exactly this.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, this is gonna hurt.
Very high value.
It's like surprise. You have a full stack of pirates on board. Good luck with dealing it. Lucky for him, he does have Frost Hexers with Icicle Burst, but I don't think Icicle Burst will do more than 8 or 7 damage on level 1 to a frozen minion.
Yeah, I'm not sure how it changed with balancing changes, but it should do. Oh, he's actually going for this one as well, and yeah, it does.
Yeah.
It destroys a target with 7 or less strength.
Yeah.
So it's a bit different.
Get some cards here as well. You can see what level 1 cards sometimes do. But it's an awkward hand.
Yeah, I think I'm not sure about strength of gold grubbers, but yeah, that's his only option.
Yeah.
And he still cleared his minions, so
yeah.
it's a good thing.
And Herald's Hymn doesn't matter for the moment. He just wants to have board control.
Indeed.
One turn off for his Temple Guardians. So most likely this is really bad for Stein. He can play like 2 strength on a 7 mana turn. I think I think I would have played it a bit differently. Maybe it was better to go for Lawless Herd and buff it for 5 strength, or how much?
But that's the risk that you're going through if you're having so many low cost cards in your deck. That's something that's definitely going to happen.
Yeah, for sure. But still, if I'm looking up, Kindred's Grace also buffs one's unit for 5. So you could basically chosen to use a Lawless Herd and make it a 6 strength Lawless Herd instead of playing his Gifted Recruits for only 2 strength.
Yeah. But still, there's some. I don't think the movement was very valuable right there, because basically his units just
died
because
it wasn't placed in front of stronger units. But even though that he doesn't spawn it on 4 spots on his baseline, this is still really strong.
Yeah. Oh, and I see some. I anticipate some Dark Harvest maybe in this turn.
Yeah. No, don't recycle it. If he goes, maybe he can.
I mean, this nullifies his Temple Guardians.
Yeah, definitely. He can place his Cabin Bills and do also a lot of damage with Dark Harvest.
And on Stein's next turn, I anticipate some. Maybe if not all of his knights die, he could go for Kindred's Grace and summon Militia.
Yeah.
Not in that order, but.
Yeah, definitely will be a good thing to do. Maybe recycle even Fel Flares in the hope for one of his 1-drops.
Gifted Recruits or something.
Yeah.
Even more knights.
Yeah, but no, I think he will be a bit scared because of the 6 strength pirates on his base. Would you change your strategy with Rimelings, Fel Flares, Lawless Herd?
No, I wouldn't. Like sometimes you just if you let the units walk into your base, your opponent also loses that value.
Yeah.
That's also something that you have to consider sometimes.
Yeah, definitely. And then you can get board control and take over.
Indeed. That's when you can actually swing around.
But it might be that Stein doesn't know that SabrePulse is also running Pillars of Doom that directly deals base damage on the start of your turn.
Yeah.
Alright, he goes for Kindred Grace. Yeah, I think this is definitely a good strategy to get a lot of control on board.
I think the game is over.
Is it? Because Shady Ghoul, if Shady Ghoul spawns a unit forward, he wins. But you don't know for sure because it can spawn with the satire it kills or on the backside.
It's a possibility.
So maybe you want to recycle Pillars of Doom in order to have another unit behind it.
Oh, that's unlucky.
Yeah, but it's like 66% chance.
Well, he can still play Pillars of Doom.
Well, this is...
this is not GG yet.
No, but it's getting really close. I think what would be really nice is to use First Mutineer, walk in its base, and then place the Pillars of Doom in a position that your opponent cannot deal with it.
Well, there's still potential for that because he redrew it.
Whoa, nice. Can double Pillars of Doom. And his knights are also working against him right now on the left side of the board. Yeah, and sadly, Conflictus Drake doesn't deal damage to the structure. And he has no movement, so he cannot even deal with a Pillar of Doom at the moment. You should definitely kill the 2 Satires on the right side. Otherwise the Lawless or the first Mutineer will just run inside his base. Yeah, the Valve Lair should be placed somewhere on your own baseline. Because you don't want to restrict it. You don't want any restrictions on your movement.
Yeah, or one behind your front line.
And basically, yeah.
Basically the game is over, I think.
Yeah, how can you deal with 2 Pillars of Dooms?
Yeah, and even while his own units are blocking him.
Yeah, yeah, it's a pretty smart move of SabrePulse. Just getting his structures in the right position and abusing the weakness of
his opponent's deck, basically.
Yeah, the Temple Guardians has one big weakness, and that's like most of the time it's your front line, and therefore it blocks your forward movements. Well, GG.
He's going for the honorable Temple Guardians in front.
Yeah, I don't need to fail you anymore.
Yep.
Nice. Nice, nice, nice. The SabrePulse has won the match. Alright, let's go back. And let them join our honorable contestants. Alright, one of the Stein6 is a bit sad.
I didn't expect
Stein6, yeah.
Didn't expect with a aggressive winter deck.
I wasn't really playing the strategy I was hoping for. I was actually hoping to playing some control, and then
you got
end game.
Yeah, with Temple Guardians.
End game, like kind of win with the Temple Guardians, but didn't turn out as planned.
I really liked your idea, like having enough early pressure and then just Skinner's Grace, Temple Guardians, and then roll over the end game.
It kind of worked.
Yeah, it kind of worked, unless they're like Pillars of Doom just shooting your base.
I was scared to get into late game, so I just was hoping Pillars of Doom to finish the job.
Yeah,
fall behind on the board.
Yeah, the 6 pirates
Yeah.
that did base damage.
Yeah.
That were like
The dream.
the dream coming true, right?
Lucky my next swarm deck also has a lot of pirates, so you can do. I also I missed so many drops as well.
Yeah.
I think I wasted about 6 mana, 7 mana or something.
Yeah. But it's also more difficult with level 1 decks that tend to be a higher mana curve.
No.
Because you normally, well, what we see on the ladder is there's a lot of early game, especially when you level up your cards, that you always have like a 1 or 2 mana cards to just fill in your last pieces.
Nice.
It's pretty good. Let's go for the picks of the decks. Basically, SabrePulse cannot use his swarm anymore. So, SabrePulse, which do you choose? The Winter or the Shadow Fan? The deck that gave you a laugh? Or the unexplored one?
I'll go for the unexplored one, the winter deck.
Nice.
Then I'll also go for my the deck I haven't played so far. It's the Swarm deck.
The Shawarma.
Shawarma.
Alright, Stan goes with Swarm. SabrePulse goes with Winter.
Yeah, let's hope this Shawarma deck can make some kebab out of you.
Yeah. Burned Shawarma. Alright, let's set this up.
I'll be right back.
Cool. Alright, in the meanwhile, let's look at the chat. I see a lot of colleagues are talking to the other viewers. Oh, Bladestorm, like Rick and Roy Teunis was talking about Bladestorm, which is a really good card. Maybe it wasn't a troll comment, but it is. It sees a lot of play, especially on the higher ranks as well. Yeah, on higher level, the Bladestorm does a lot of damage. I think it does between 2 and 5 damage on every unit on board and structure. Nice. Alright, I think we are ready and going into the match. Let's have a quick look before the game really starts. What's going on? I see SabrePulse is playing Harvester of Souls. It's really nice.
Oh, this is going to be interesting.
Yeah, I really like that card. Also Temple Guardians. And he plays Gift of the Wise. So he can go... he's really late game orientated. With also Lady Rhyme and Frozen Core.
Very mana heavy deck.
Yeah. So... I'm not sure this will win against a deck.
Against a swarm deck.
Against a swarm deck, basically, right? Yeah, just I'm swarm. I will just cross you on your baseline. Good luck with.
He's not running Pillars of Doom though.
No.
So there's no pressure to kill him fast, basically.
True, but he still has Lucky Charmers. That can be strong units on your opponent's baseline if you have board control.
Yep. And there she is, the dragon.
Yep.
This is exactly like.
Yeah.
This is what I'm going to do.
Yeah.
He's taunting him. SabrePulse is taunting.
Yeah. And the funny thing is, like, spell by the Savannah is still a good body for 4 mana, 4 strength.
It's decent, yeah.
Yeah. I think it's like Cabin Girls, right?
Cabin Girls is one strength more.
Yeah.
But the effect of Savannah though is freaking amazing.
If you get it with the Midwinter Chaos.
Yeah. And
yeah, I think
this is
Frost
interesting.
Hexer, Icicle Burst.
Yeah, it's an interesting choice.
Yeah.
Because you could go for Midwinter Chaos. I mean, first Frost Hexers and then Midwinter Chaos, or Midwinter Chaos and then Icicle Burst.
Yeah. I would like him to go with Frost Hexers and Midwinter Chaos. For the reason that he played Savannah on the previous turn. Mm-hmm. So when his cards recycle, he will get them together again. Because you want to have Savannah with Midwinter Chaos and or Frost Hexers.
Yeah.
So we set up a better hand for in the future.
Yeah, for a combo.
Yeah.
Ooh.
SabrePulse only played legendaries so far. Will the legendaries only carry him the victory?
Potentially.
What would you do? Would you just clear the board?
The problem is clearing the board. Sure, that's a good thing to do, but you're not going to hold control.
Yeah, but you are, at least, yeah, we know that he is a better late game deck.
Yeah, he needs to stall. Like, that's his only option.
Yeah. But it doesn't even clear it.
Yeah.
Because Midwinter only deals 4 damage. It is also an interesting decision, right? He chose for the more value, with the risk of having SabrePulse on his front line again, or still on his front line.
Yeah, and he doesn't have any movement to counter this. Oh, and here Stein is getting some good value.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like the best case scenario is that you play the Queen of Hearts, you get Ami on the board, and he also spawns a copy of himself into your hands.
Yeah.
That's a potential scenario, but didn't happen here.
Yeah. The funny thing is, like we saying that SabrePulse as the late game deck, what basically Councilor Ami is almost infinite late game value.
Yeah.
So,
Potentially.
yeah, potentially, because you can empty your curve.
Yeah.
Oh.
That was a good move.
Yep.
That was really necessary also to stall a bit more for the late game.
Yeah. And now he needs to go through a wall. Wonder how he's going to do that.
Ooh.
I think he goes for his... oh, he is like...
Yep, that's...
What do you think about that he
powerful.
attacked the strongest Temple Guardians instead of the weaker one with 3 strength?
It's basically value exchange.
Yeah, but don't you think Stein needs to be a bit more on the aggressive side and push for face damage instead of like letting this Temple Guardians wave be his countdown timer that he doesn't kill SabrePulse before the Temple Guardians hit their baseline? He will just lose.
I think because he runs a zoo deck, he doesn't... He runs a swarm deck, but it doesn't have that much movement in it.
No.
I think it doesn't make sense to play very aggressively then. Basically what he wants to do is to swarm the board with as much setters and pirates as possible.
Yeah. This is interesting.
I think this is the best move he could do here.
But this is really scary, the Fort of Ebon Rock, because that's a constant threat for SabrePulse. That he cannot have any units on the left side of Fort of Ebon Rock because he cannot deal with it. Yeah, he can with Icicle Burst or Wisp Cloud. Definitely not what SabrePulse had in mind with the Rock Workers.
Yeah, yeah, he's really dependent on his defensive spells now. And for Stein, I think having Ami here is a really good thing. Like he can just spam everything with setters.
Yeah.
Oh, but he actually got rid of him now. Oh,
I wonder why.
Oh, it was because of the random effect of the first Mutineer. Like he didn't consciously
obviously
get rid of Ami.
But it's a risk you take.
Yep.
Still 33%. Well, is SabrePulse able to copy a nice card? Most likely he won't copy Queen of Hearts. Yes. What does SabrePulse wants to copy with his Harvester of Souls? If we look in Stein's deck, North Sea Duck, tokens from Summon Militia.
I think Dreadfawns would make sense.
Yeah.
Dreadfawns, because it's just a good card, and it also Harvester of Souls sets a certain strength to the card. So you would create a Dreadfawns that has 5 strength for 5 mana, and it spawns 2 satyrs.
Yeah, that's really good. I think SabrePulse has played it really well if I look at his hand. He set it up like this, that he can use Midwinter Chaos and Savannah on the pirates on the left side. And then gets enough mana to use Harvester of Souls and Icicle Burst.
Yeah, he's in a really good position now. Because the pirates there in the corner. If he plays Midwinter Chaos now, those pirates will remain stuck there, basically.
Yeah.
And they will block him.
He got a lucky 50% chance.
Yep.
Because he didn't want to walk inside the Fort of Ebonrock. Huh? Alright. I think he's scared. But it's still really good, right? Because you can go with...
Just go from...
Frost Hexers, Midwinter Chaos.
Oh. Definitely, yeah. You can just kill Ami with Midwinter Chaos here.
Yeah.
It's a very good move. And then play Savannah on Ami's spot.
I think he gets back. 4 mana back, right?
No.
So that's...
Oh, that's actually a better move.
Yeah, I think Ami with 5 strength, spawn another Ami for 5 strength. That's a really good late game.
That's amazing.
Yeah. Yeah, and here you already see again for SabrePulse that the Temple Guardians are getting blocked by the Fort of Ebonrock.
Yep. Oh, but here's a good thing though. For Stein, his Harvester of Souls is probably going to copy Westwind Sailors.
Yeah. Yeah, so that's a card you don't preferably like.
You actually do want it because it's just 3 mana.
Yeah, but you
3 mana.
Counselor Ami is better, or North Sea Dog, or Token.
3 mana, 5 strength. I think that's pretty good actually.
But if you get like First Mutineer, 3 mana, 5 strength, move 2, it's interesting. Or Summon Militia, tokens that get copied, cost 0 and have 1 movement. I still think it's a good, because you upgrade your cards, definitely.
Ooh, yeah, it's 3 mana, 5 strength. Oh, that's interesting. But this is going to be an interesting move. This is wow.
He's recycled. Oh, Midwinter Chaos, Wisp Cloud. I think that's pretty good. You don't even have to play your Gift of the Wise this turn. If you
I would go for Gift of the Wise actually.
Yeah, you don't want it anymore because you have enough mana. Ooh!
Yeah, he's getting some mana back there.
Yeah.
But that's a bit wasted.
But now I think this is nice with Freebooters and Gift of the Wise and Rock Workers.
Yep, that's true.
And maybe you might be able to recycle Frost Hexes if the Freebooters gives up a cheap minion or not an Icicle Burst. But this is a really tense game.
Yep.
And we also get in a position that Stein can just use Counselor Ami
3 times.
3 times.
Just...
Yeah, and then just keep it in his hand. And also play Dread Fawns.
But you know, having such a field full of Amis would be susceptible to Bladestorm.
Yeah.
Which we haven't seen yet.
Yeah.
We haven't seen one single Bladestorm.
Yeah, the whole chat is on the Bladestorm train.
At least one guy.
Yeah. One enthusiastic Roy Teunissen, for example. Still dreams about Bladestorm. Look at this whole board full of minions for Stein.
Yeah, it's full of satyrs.
Do you want your Frozen Core at this point? Well, you would definitely want almost rage quits the game.
Yeah, no rage quitting here.
Yep.
Oh, alright. Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty good because it soaks it up.
Yep. And he still has that card. That's perfect.
Yeah.
Oh, and he also has potential for another card stealing.
Yes. What do you think about him not using Frost Hexers on the bottom left corner?
Bottom left corner. I think it's good to save it because now he can block the right corner.
Yeah.
That's exactly what he was going for, probably. And I think that's a good thing because it shows that it's sometimes better to not play a card.
Yeah.
To not spend all your mana.
Interesting decision to play first Mutineer. I think it's pretty good. You can maybe North Sea Dock really aggressively.
Yeah. In front of his, not directly in front of his base, but as far as it's possible.
I think SabrePulse would like have a copy of North Sea Dock.
Oh, that's the best card to copy.
Yeah.
And
especially in late game where you almost play all your cards.
Yeah.
Should be really greedy to play Lady Rhyme at the moment. But you're definitely gonna play Frost Hexes and Icicle Burst, right?
Yeah.
It's a lot of value and you protect the left side. Or the right side, and then can place Lady Rhyme.
Oh, in front of the other guy, yeah.
I think this might even be a better play. This guy will most likely also get him his board presence back, that he can place units more aggressively.
Yeah.
So dealing 10 damage is quite a lot.
And he also has the more powered up version of Counselor Ami, which is very interesting.
Yeah. Yeah, you will just lose the late game with Ami versus Ami at the moment.
I think it's funny though how the visuals for Counselor Ami are a little bit different. Like the copied one is his borders are cut off basically.
Yep. That's nice. Otherwise we won't knew the difference.
Yeah, it basically proves that it's a kind of a fake card.
Yes, and now we're getting here. SabrePulse is getting a nice hand, but what can he do? He needs to recycle. His only out is Frost Hexers or Midwinter Chaos.
Yep.
That's basically it. Doesn't matter what he does. And there it is. He lives for another day. I think when he does it,
this is very lucky, and
he deals 4 damage, and then he can even clean up the pirates.
Yep.
Yeah, now we'll see some sad face from Stein emotes most likely.
Boom.
We heard his response. It was a really, and he can even finish it off with an army of 5 strength and then get a copy back.
This is that's a swing turn if I saw one.
Yes. I think Stein is crying a bit. Harvestral Souls is definitely an MVP, and also, yeah, he needed the luck to get a Midwinter Chaos, otherwise it wouldn't have been over. Oh, nice.
Yeah, we're just gonna stand here on the baseline and not really do anything.
Yeah, we're just gonna stop casting and just laugh.
Stein, where's your Kindred's Grace?
Yeah, that would have been something. Oh, so unlucky. And then the mulligans for Ami. That's maybe the cruelest part of.
Yeah, if he would have gotten Ami from the Queen of Hearts, that would have been perfect.
Yeah, but he mulliganed at the end, right? I think. Because he couldn't do anything, and then I saw him.
Oh, right.
Otherwise, he would have played Ami before and then played Queen of Hearts to get more frontline. aggression. Yeah,
Well,
I think there's not much.
it's not much to be done.
Yeah, you can even go for a frozen core, and then wait for his Lady Rhyme to get 40 strength, or something.
Exactly that.
You. Boop. He doesn't even need his Gift of the Vice. I would argue he should play it right now, because he has so much mana and a frozen core at the moment. You don't want to have a Gift of the Vice anymore in your hand.
Yeah, and if you play it, it opens up potential for drawing new cards.
Yeah, because if he plays everything, it's 14 mana. And
maybe he's waiting for his big chance to use freebooters.
Yeah,
and just play a lot of cards.
that might make sense.
Stein still has the chance to come back with a strong Lucky Charmers, which he of course does.
Yep. Here comes 9 strength.
Boom. Yep. And he plays it aggressively, like he should.
Why does he places this guy?
Just somewhere to soak some damage.
Yep. I would maybe think it would have made sense to place it in front of Ami or behind his pirates.
No, I think this is a good place because his other sailors will basically move forward and survive with 1 strength.
True. And that's more than enough. And it will be more, his Wisp Cloud can be placed in the middle where the... Yo, this is funny.
Oh,
He does it on
what are you
purpose.
doing?
I think he's making a wall.
I think he's getting a bit
Like,
confident.
yeah, like I already have 1.
Oh man,
This is like,
this is not.
like this is face palming rock workers.
Yeah,
And then he just,
he's being all cool about it, but still,
yeah.
if you're going to lose, this will be painful. I mean, it's 7 to 8 base strength.
Yeah. Yeah,
And as you can see, there's...
it is hard to deal. Yeah, you can still use the Frost Axis and Wisp Cloud at the moment.
Yeah, but even though there's still plenty of potential to mess up.
If he had played the first Mutineer behind his pirates, he would have done 3 base damage. But it makes sense to also protect your own baseline, obviously.
Yeah, well, definitely we're getting a Wisp Cloud combo here.
And this is why he most likely saved his Gift of the Wise to use in combination with Lady Rhyme.
Oh yeah. Whoop.
Well, where's Broken Truth?
Slurping that mana.
Where is Broken Truth? That's the only card that can save him.
Or Bladestorm.
Or Bladestorm for 1 damage.
Exactly.
Like 1000 blades. Killing of 1000 blades is 1000 damage.
Well, if he would have Bladestorm in his deck and he would have played it 4 times, then all of those buildings and stuff would have died.
True. Even the rock workers hiding behind the Fort of Ebenrock.
Yeah, you could have even killed the rock workers.
Yeah. Just hiding there in the corner. I also think that SabrePulse is a nice option to place his Temple Guardians on his own baseline to get the full potential out of them.
To get the full potential of no extra strength. Yes,
Yeah.
Exactly.
Just because you can is like the ultimate BM.
Yeah, it's like playing Mia next to Fort of Ebenrock.
Yeah.
To activate its awesome ability to stand still.
Like, yes, you are a brave Fort of Ebenrock. Yeah, what to do? Does he place another rock workers hiding? It's a wall of 8 strength.
Yes.
This guy.
Impenetrable defense.
This guy is trolling.
No, he should play it against the buildings because the buildings aren't units.
Yeah, he thinks on the left side he could get a copy back, right?
Yeah, if he plays it next to the buildings.
Oh well. He feels like he has won already.
Painful.
It's hard to argue that SabrePulse isn't going to win this match.
Well, Lady Rhyme has 25 strength.
He doesn't
Lucky
run Blade Storm.
Charmers can do
12.
12? Yeah, 12.
And
So
then
we'll do 12 damage.
Westwind Sailors for 3 or 2.
I think he can. Yeah, you still get some cards from freebooters.
Oh, yeah, freebooters and Lucky Charmers again. That would be 24. Or
yeah, but he's not as lucky as that. But he's. I think he can damage Lady Rhyme enough. Oh,
yeah, theoretically he could.
Just go for it, dude. Boop. I mean, if he would have gotten another Lucky Charmers,
Yeah, definitely.
Which would be very lucky.
Yeah,
he could have countered it.
I think the odds aren't very high to draw in the same turn another card you just played.
No, definitely not.
But well played. This was a really long game and
a very interesting one though, because you really got to see the potential of Harvester of Souls, which you rarely see.
Yeah, and Lady Rhyme, the MVP, in dealing the last blow.
Yeah.
There are our guys.
Hey.
Welcome
there.
I don't want to talk about it.
You had such a good first round though.
Yeah.
First round, yeah, I think that's the pinnacle of my play.
Yeah. You also preferred Ironclad the most, right?
Yeah, I don't know what to do with the other decks.
Yeah,
just play random cards.
One trick pony style.
It feels so good to see all these swarm cards run into you.
Yeah. The Ami. Counselor Ami. Yeah.
What went through your mind when you placed Rock Workers in the right corner and the Fort of Everrock was placed in front of it?
I'm not very happy with my plays, so I was like, okay, but I was dead like 2 or 3 turns, but I got pretty
with
lucky.
the Wisp Cloud and the Midwinter Mini Mulligan.
Yeah, that Midwinter was pretty lucky.
Yeah.
The Midwinter Mini Mulligan. That sounds pretty epic.
No, I actually
nice
had
band
to
name.
get.
Yeah.
I would like to say it was all planned, but it was.
Oh yeah, that one. I was like, I have him now.
Yeah, you had like 8 strength, and you had 8 strength on your thing, on your base.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was too painful. And then you still could play 2 more cards. Maybe. Yeah.
Well, it was not the combinations I wanted to play. I wanted to copy all your satyrs, but.
Yeah. And the army.
It's cool.
The army copy.
Oh yeah, it actually was pretty valuable.
Yeah, 5 strength, and then you can just place another time or another time.
Yeah, that was really nice. Yeah. I missed the part how it got to 5 strength. It didn't have 3 strength. Does it level up when you copy it?
No, it's just the description of Harvester of Souls is whenever he kills something that's weaker than him, he makes a copy of it that is as strong as Harvester of Souls himself. So Harvester of Souls has 5 strength, and he copies a card and upgrades it to 5 strength.
You don't know that?
With the same mana cost.
What game are you working for?
I can't tell. Oh wow.
Yeah.
That was really good.
It was also the card, the community.
Yeah.
That got in. So it's nice to see that the card has a lot of fun potential.
Yeah.
And also is working pretty well competitively.
I would have played more of it, but I got pretty scared at one moment, so
yeah.
I had to finish it before I would build my own demise with my rock workers.
Making a wall.
Just build a wall.
Yeah.
Keep them out.
They should be called grave workers because you kind of
Oh,
build
yeah.
your own grave.
Yeah.
But I had all the cards to deal with it. So.
What if by one chance Stein could deal with all your units in front? Maybe there was a point that you couldn't place a minion anymore.
Who needs minions?
I was actually you had the building on your baseline. I was actually aiming to kind of utilize that to my advantage. But I'm afraid that didn't work out.
Didn't
Apparently
pan out
not.
as well.
It didn't really work out.
Yeah, that's too bad.
Well, I think your decks were well crafted. So.
Yeah.
No. Lesson of the day. Buildings are OP.
Level 1, yeah.
At level 1.
Yeah.
I tried higher, but
I think they will work on higher levels.
Do you play some buildings?
Yes,
True
I
shot
really
post.
like buildings. I'm a big fan of the true shot post, and also with the latest streams I've been doing, I'm doing some Fort of Ebenrock with upgrade point.
Okay.
That's pretty sick. And also a community member on Discord wanted me to play half guards. That gets strength when placed on your own border, on your own baseline, or next to a structure basically, and then doubles its attack power.
Oh.
And on Diamond rank 1 I had really good success. I think I went 4-1 against other good players.
Wow.
So
Nobody sees it coming.
I think there's a lot of potential. And also my Moonlit Airy deck can do some good if you survive long enough, obviously. So I think it's pretty well.
Buildings are still viable.
Yeah. I also played against other guys who just played Emerald Towers on level 5 and kicked my ass. It was like, what?
How does that
Emerald
work?
Towers, dude, come on.
Yeah.
How is this possible? On Diamond rank 1 and you you see yourself dying against someone who places
Oh,
2 minions and then an Emerald Towers behind with Mia next to it, and I was like,
oh, yeah, Emerald Towers
GG.
with Mia.
yeah.
Oh, that's
It
an interesting
it
combo.
was just GG at that point. It was the minions 4 strength, if I remember correctly, on level 5. And I couldn't deal with Emerald Towers because there was an army of 20 strength in front of it. Yeah, good luck with dealing with that. So I was just always dealing with the never-ending flow of minions.
I really like the Hearth.
Yeah.
Because it's basically if you kind of have an advantage or have the chance to place it, and you kind of like postpone, you stall the game enough, then you can place another one, and you slowly
Yeah.
build this ever-growing army that just keeps getting stronger and stronger.
Yeah, definitely.
I like that effect of it, basically.
Yeah, I think that would be good. I think a lot of people should experiment a bit more with buildings. I think people are a bit afraid that they aren't really viable, so they tend not to invest their hard-earned coins in it.
Yeah.
Because yeah, if you spend like 1500 coins in a structure you don't want to use, then it feels bad. But I think you just need to take a step.
Yeah, you have to find the right turn to play the card, right?
Yeah,
It has often it doesn't have an immediate effect, right?
yeah, you need to survive. Basically, you need to shift your playstyle from rushing your opponent to surviving the rush of your opponent and win with the structures. And that is your win condition, basically.
Yeah, or just be really smart about it. Like, if you see that someone has a strong unit standing somewhere, that unit will walk forward the next turn. So if you play your building not the tile in front of it, but one tile further, then your opponent won't be able to kill it immediately.
Yeah, the Pillars of Doom.
Yeah, that's exactly what you did with Pillars of Doom.
It was like the Temple Guardian is really strong. I mean, it's like the Pillars of Doom in front of it. It was basically doing 4 damage to your base, and it was like, what?
Yeah,
How
we
can
should
I
do
this?
you should do a highlight compilations, and you see like all of these facepalm moments of me where I'm like, oh damn, he got me good again.
Yeah. Next time, we also need cameras on your
face
faces,
cam.
so we can see the moments that is like, what?
And all the trash talking that comes with it.
Yeah, yeah. I heard some cries when we were like casting. We heard you guys crying on the other side of the office. Like,
Yeah.
what's going on there?
I think they were really fun matches actually.
Yeah.
A lot of fun.
So the best of 3 has been won.
Oh yeah.
The winner. Winner!
Cannot.
Shirtless Sean.
I think it's not the 18 and older stream.
Yeah, do you want him to get flagged?
Yeah.
It's a family show.
Yeah, it's a family show. Cool. All right.
Well, maybe
Nice.
we learn a bit from our mistakes and We'll have a rematch.
Yeah, you learned one match of your mistakes and then.
Oh, I did plenty mistakes.
Yeah, it could be fun to have a rematch.
Yeah. Or we can in different composition.
Oh,
I think
definitely.
also you want to maybe challenge the winner.
I have an interesting pirate deck as well.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would like to see some Diamond 1 plays.
No.
Learn from the
I wonder.
master.
from the god himself.
Yeah, but I need to.
Yeah, maybe do like a challenger that you play us, and whoever wins, well,
Yeah, but
probably
then
the first.
if I lose, then my whole fame is like crumbles. Like then everything I say is like, yeah, you just lost.
Yeah.
Just play with level 1 cards,
Yeah.
we get level 5.
Yeah, you pay to win this game. You pay to win.
Yeah, can we do like equal levels for you, but higher levels for us?
Yeah, yeah. So I play with level 1 cards, non-legendary, and you have like level 5 legendary decks.
Yes.
All right, that would be fun to watch for some people.
Or we can do like a challenge. We just talked about building, so maybe you can do like deck building challenge where you actually have to make a deck with at least 3 buildings. Or
Well,
something.
That would be fun.
I got scared for a moment.
Only buildings.
Only building. Pillars of Doom, Pillars of Doom.
I ban your ironclad. I go ironclad.
24-hour stream.
Oh, you can make a harp and then just put 4 harps on your baseline. It gets buffed infinitely.
Oh god.
Infinite hard.
Randomized decks.
Yeah, but you can still place.
Randomized decks, that would be nice. Just build like a card randomizer.
Yeah. Yeah, we can do that.
That would be awesome.
Yeah.
Like all random, all lanes.
Yeah.
All random, all lanes?
Yeah.
And we can do crazy things. I think we might even could make decks that have multiple kingdom cards.
Oh, you mean by hacking the database? And
Yeah. I think.
You mean by hacking the database?
Yeah, but we can build on test builds.
Oh yeah, we
We don't have to do that in production.
well, we don't have to do it in production.
Yeah, and then we can have like multi-kingdom battles, because then there will be content that you cannot even do.
Or we can make
Like
decks that have
hybrid
all the
decks.
cards
Yeah.
in them.
Yeah, all the
Just
cards.
All the cards in the entire game.
Oh,
in
that's
one deck.
sick.
Like
That's even possible, right?
That's possible.
it's like Commander Magic.
Yeah, that will be like team decks to the max.
That would be awesome.
Yeah,
I bet the chat and community can come up with fun things.
yeah.
Yeah.
So guys, if you have any interesting ideas and it is feasible on our side, then please comment it. But you can still comment it even if you think it isn't feasible, and we can still decide ourselves. So feel free to place that in the comments. I think for now it's also
only match.
Blade Storm only match and Needle Blast.
Yeah, Doodle Blast only match. Yeah.
Yeah, Needle Blast only. But I think it's time for us to make an end of the stream, I guess.
Yeah.
And then,
Thanks for having us.
yeah, thank you for participating and have fun decks and a battle. And also thanks Arjan for casting together,
Co-hosting.
co-hosting. It's really nice to not talk aimlessly in my own screen forever. That's how it sometimes feels. Like hello, and then
We are all
like
watching.
tumbleweed over my screen. Like where does that come from? That was like way more communication. That's really nice.
That's cool.
So well, a lot of enthusiastic people here. So we will definitely do it again.
Sure.
Yeah, the
So,
champ will return.
Yeah.
Yeah. We need
The
a,
winner
we need a
stays,
chat.
right?
We need a challenger.
Nice.
Shirtless challenger.
But we both got our quests done, so
Yeah, that's. I
Yeah.
had to spend 250 mana, and I did.
Well played.
That was what I was going for
Yeah.
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah, nice. So thank you guys. If you like the content, then basically you can always follow me on Twitch. You can also, if you watch this on YouTube, you can also subscribe to my channel. I will do still daily streams, and well, obviously I will do this more often with the team, and we'll have more matches and see what we can do and improve on the meanwhile on the quality of the stream itself. So let's do that. Thank you for watching, and see you guys later. Bye!
Bye bye.
Cheers.